I get okay. It is time for Force of Evil, 1948 film, directed by Abraham Polonsky, starring John Garfield, and the debut or featuring um, Beatrice Pearson, or introducing Beatrice Pearson is what it says in the titles. It is based on a novel called Tucker's People. I think Tucker's People, Force of Evil, much better title. Novel released in 1943. I usually mention the date of the release for the novels because if it's something more recent, released that same year or even the year after, year before, it's usually because it's something that came out, was a bestseller, and studios wanted to capitalize on that. If it's something that's, 1943, 48, something a little bit farther, it might be sometimes the case of something similar to that was a hit, and studios go looking for something like that to make themselves. So MGM made a film like this. Paramount wants to make a similar one. They go to have their readers look for something like that that they can make. Um, so, Tucker's People is written by Ira Wolfert. The screenplay for the film is by Ira Wolfert and your director, Abraham Polonsky. Wolfert was a Pulitzer Prize winning war journalist. Tucker's People was his first novel. Go on to write more novels, both fiction and nonfiction. And this is Polonsky's first film as a director. Prior to that, he was a writer. Wrote the screenplay for Body and Soul, which was the John Garfield film that he did just prior to this one. Um, Canadian, or American, sorry, American, went to school with Bernard Herrmann. Bernard Herrmann, of course, scores for Hitchcock and others. Um, but he was a Marxist and not shy about it, which is why most people probably not familiar with his name. So, House of Un-American Activities, I talked about in Postman Always Rings Twice video, John Garfield, and his run-ins with them. Mentioned it in other videos. So, called to testify. Yeah, I'm a Marxist. So he's blacklisted. So no one's really sure what his body of work after that is because he would continue to write in Hollywood uncredited. So some of his credits are known. We know that he worked on Mummy Dearest, the film about Joan Crawford's parenting abilities. But who knows? Who knows what could have happened if he was allowed to continue directing? Maybe he would be a no, more well-known name. Maybe he would be a name like Anthony Mann or Elia Kazan or Alfred Hitchcock. Who knows? I should do a video on the House of Un-American Activities and all that around there because, yeah, you have people like this saying, yeah, I'm a Marxist, get blacklisted. John Garfield maybe just had some association, maybe attended a meeting once, gets blacklisted. Way. Um, Elia Kazan goes out and names names. Bogart had no problem with it. People in film noir on both sides of the fences and over what? Just a little red scare. So that is it for Force of Evil. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Tell me what you think. Could Abraham be one of the greatest directors if he had continued? Maybe. Thank you for watching this. Like, subscribe. Bye.